Hi, I'm Thomas Larsen, and wow, I sucked today at bowling. So let's talk a little bit about why bowling can be this hard when the lanes are easy. Please subscribe to Emax here. More and more people are watching our videos. Very happy about that, but a lot of you guys are not subscribed, so please hit the subscribe button. It really helps us out and helps us put out even more vlogs, videos, ball reviews, etc. So please hit that subscribe button. So bowling the event in Michigan, David Small's Best of the Best PBA Open, they put on a really good little tournament for us. We bowled on 37-foot Viper, and the surface was pretty nice. The cutter hooked, so scores were really high. The left played good, so the lefties also had a good look, which makes the scores even higher. And I did not strike very much in relation to the rest of the field. I averaged about 215, and it took I think like a 233 average or so to make the cut. So I finished probably one of my worst tournaments ever on the PBA Tour, and there was a couple of reasons. First, my first block, I did not throw the ball very well physically. I got into a bad rhythm, just couldn't get out of it, where I would throw quite a few good shots. Most of them would strike, as you should on an easy condition, but I would also have a bunch of opens. I think I had 6 or 7 opens in the first 2 games. I had many more opens later on. I never missed a single pin spare or anything, just a bunch of opens. And then we would go to the pair, and it would play different. And I would get 7 instead of some of the other guys got 9. I would take me like 5-8 frames to get lined up, and then you're shooting 190 or 2-0. And that's something that's really hard to explain when the lanes are easy as they were here. If your ball is doing the wrong thing, or you're not lined up correctly, going pair to pair and lane to lane can be very tricky. So for instance, I had pairs where I would go and one lane would be fine. I might just came off a different pair, had a good look, finished off with like 4 or 5 bagger. Come to next pair, right lane looks good. Throw a ball on the left lane. Doesn't hook. Look at the other guy's ball on my pair. Their balls look fine. Alright, so over on the right lane again. Good shot, no problem. Over on the left lane, make an adjustment. Ball doesn't hook. And then you're probably spending like half a game at best before you figure out what you're supposed to do. And then I shot 190 or 2-0 while everyone else was shooting 220 to 300 basically every game. So a very frustrating situation where you get caught in between. A lot of times you get caught having your ball not see the lane in the right distance, or being in the wrong spot left to right, and I kind of got caught in all of it. I also threw it bad the first block. The second block I threw it much better, but that's really the block that tells me that I wasn't doing the right things, because I felt like I bowled for most of the 6 games pretty decent, and I only averaged 220. So averaging 220 on this when the cut, it's just a cut to the top 24, that was like 232 or 233. The top guys averaged 250 here, so it wasn't even close, and I felt like I physically bowled pretty decent. If I bowl pretty decent, you should have a ball reaction where you're at least close to keeping up with the cut number, if not more. So I was probably lagging like 15 to 20 pins a game in ball reaction, and that's hard to make up, and I'm not really sure what I should have done differently. I just know that what I was doing wasn't good enough, and when I thought I had a look that looked alright, I would still go like double 9 spare strike 9 spare, or I would have like a turkey and then throw a shot that was a little bit different. I would do something completely different. Or, like I said, the big thing that really tells you if you're lined up or not is when you go lane to lane, or pair to pair, and you don't. A lot of the guys, they go pair to pair and they start off with a 5 bagger, or maybe they go 9 spare 4 bagger. So they're basically lined up right away, or they might need 1 or 2 shots to get lined up. Well, I move pairs and I throw 5 or 6 frames before I lined up. All of a sudden, the best you can do is, if you're lucky at that point, 220, where it's just like it's not even close when you move pairs. Where I watched guys like E.J. Tackett and Jesper Svensson, Carl Troop, and those guys, they move pairs. They might go a little light or a little high flushed or something when they move pairs, so they have every lane being pretty much the same, and I move lanes and leave a 2-pin, go through the face, like where the moves I have to make to get lined up are so much bigger. And I'm not talking like that's in general. That was today because I didn't have the right ball reaction, I didn't have the right solutions, and a lot of other people in the field didn't have the right solutions either, so they went through the exact same thing as I did. And it's one of those things where these guys out here are so good that you have to strike a whole bunch, and so you can't really just grind through it with okay ball reaction. When the scores are this high, you have to have good ball reaction, and you have to have good ball reaction on pretty much every pair, which makes it real difficult. At a tournament like the US Open, you can kind of grind through, the scores aren't very high, so grinding through with mediocre ball reaction can be an okay solution for certain games. Here, you need to have good ball reaction basically all the time. You can get away with a couple games in 190 to 210, but then you also know you have to go out and shoot 260 or 270 afterwards. And my high game was 240, so yeah, so that really doesn't help anything. On a positive note, I think I figured out a few physical things. I started throwing it a lot better, getting a lot better feel towards the end of the second block. So I'm positive in my physical abilities. Now I just need to figure out how to strike more and get lined up better. But we have a few more tournaments coming up in the near future, a lot more tournaments coming up in this swing, so hopefully I'll start striking and strike a bit more than the rest of the field to make a run at some good results here. But please subscribe, like this video, to give me, if you feel bad for me bowling this bad. But otherwise, I'll see you in the next one.